Welcome to this very special Today's Homeowner podcast brought to you by Duck Brand Weatherization Products.
Are drafty windows causing a chill in your home? Keep the cold out with Duck Brand Max Strength Rolled Window Insulation Kits. This window film creates an added barrier between warm inside air and the frigid temperatures outside, blocking drafts that steal energy and drive up your heating bill. The puncture-resistant film is 2 times thicker than standard window kits, so it's great for high-traffic or pet-friendly homes. And the crystal clear film is easy to install and remove once warmer weather arrives. Visit duckbrand.com to find a retailer near you.
This is a perfect time of the year to think about ways to tighten that envelope of your home up a little bit and keep that cold air from sneaking in and robbing you of all of those energy dollars. And with me right now is Brittany Lapidus, product manager at Shurtape Technologies, who's the company that manufactures all those great Duck brand products. Brittany, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Danny. So nice to be here.
Well, this is good, though. I mean, we're really going to help some people here to understand what is really a simple process. Sometimes people will think about, what does that matter? That's just that one door that's got the torn weather stripping, or, I'm going to put a threshold on there at some point. But boy, all of those little things can make a big difference when you're trying to not only drive down the cost of heating your home, but also making it more comfortable in general, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think you really touched on all of the great advantages of weatherizing.
All right, well, let's do this. Let's take everybody on a little tour outside the home and things that they should look at. So you walk out your front door and you want to really look for any way that cold air can get in your home. What are some of the first things and maybe the priorities that people should really look at outside the home?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, you just walked outside of your door. The door is the first place to really start. That's one of the key areas where you can see gaps forming and those gaps bringing in drafts into the home. So really making sure you take a look both on the door frame, the side of the door, as well as the door bottoms, which can also bring in drafts into the home.
You know, one of the fun ways I think somebody can do this is get a nice bright flashlight, let it get dark, and then let your son or daughter go out with that flashlight and shine it all the way around the perimeter while you look on the inside, or vice versa, either way, because if you're going to see light on either side or on the bottom of that door, then air can get in. I've always thought that was fun to kind of involve the kids a little bit on that.
Yeah, that's a fantastic idea, Danny.
Now, windows, of course, we're going to talk about window insulating kits in just a little bit, but what are some of the other areas? Of course, when you're talking about windows, you really have to look at any of the weather stripping that you have around there. And, of course, you guys at Duck Brand have a lot of ways with the adhesive-backed foam material and everything to really tighten up those windows as well.
Yeah, definitely. Windows and doors are definitely the 2 biggest areas where we see drafts coming into the home and causing uncomfortable temperatures within the home. So when you're looking at your windows, you want to make sure, again, that you're not seeing any cracks around your current weather stripping or any gaps that might be forming. And like you mentioned, we have a great variety of products, both foam and rubber products that can help with those gaps.
And something people don't think about is like the hose bibs. Sometimes some homes are built better than others, but I have seen some unbelievable size holes around hose bibs. And of course, when you're talking about extreme cold temperature, you have something with the kind of a little styrofoam hat almost looking thing to insulate that. I think that's something people need to know about.
Yes, our faucet cover, it's, like you said, such a simple item, a little styrofoam item, really easy installation, covers your outdoor exterior faucets, and really helps insulate for those cold winter months.
Well, y'all have made that so easy to install and to uninstall. When it warms back up, you can take that right off of there. And but those extreme temperatures. But I always tell people, go ahead and buy those now. They don't take up much room in your garage that you can store them. But boy, when the weatherman starts talking about those sub-zero temperatures or those single-digit temperatures, sometimes it's a little too late to run to the store and pick those up. Good idea to maybe have a few of those on hand, huh?
Oh, definitely. Yep.
Are drafty windows causing a chill in your home? Keep the cold out with Duck Brand Max Strength Rolled Window Insulation Kits. This window film creates an added barrier between warm inside air and the frigid temperatures outside, blocking drafts that steal energy and drive up your heating bill. The puncture-resistant film is 2 times thicker than standard window kits, so it's great for high-traffic or pet-friendly homes. And the crystal clear film is easy to install and remove once warmer weather arrives. Visit duckbrand.com to find a retailer near you.
Okay, so we walked around the outside of the house. You want to make sure everything's nice and tight there. Now you move inside. Now, I'll tell you, there's still a lot of people, well, actually millions of people that have obsolete windows, and it hasn't quite come up in the budget to be able to, install replacement windows to, really to seal up those very important exterior openings. But the window insulating kits, I've seen, I've installed many of those over the years, but you guys seem to keep raising the bar on that, making them tougher and more easy visible, to be able to see through them a lot easier. That is something that every time that I introduce someone to that, they are just amazed at what a difference it made in their house.
Well, I'm so happy to hear that. I definitely agree that's one of the best products for insulating around your windows. What we have in our assortment, rolled window insulation kits, like you mentioned. All of our window kits come on a roll, so it's super easy to just take that roll it across the top of your window, and cut it to size. You don't need to measure. It really is a quick and easy installation process. You would then take a hairdryer and shrink it, make sure it's nice and taut, and you can feel that barrier that's created almost instantaneously.
Okay, another thing, and of course that's so easy to install the window insulating kits, and it's surprising. One box will go, will do several windows, and you don't necessarily have to take it down come summertime. And if you had an emergency, it's to where you could just pull it off of there very, very easily. But boy, creating that air pocket between a window that is traditionally transferring that cold in, because I'm telling you, some of those metal windows or aluminum windows during the middle of winter, you put your hand on it, you'll pull it back like you would putting your hand in a freezer. It's that much of a difference. And then providing that little air gap and air cushion between it makes such a difference. I've heard so many people talk about how they could notice it the minute that they installed it when it's right in the middle of wintertime like that.
Yeah, well, I'm delighted to hear that. That's what we aim to do. And we offer that product in both our max grade, which is a little bit more premium. Mm-hmm. It's 2 times the thickness, that film. And then we also offer our standard grade. You might want to go up to that max grade if your window is in a high traffic area or you have pets around that might be clawing at it. But either way, both products are fantastic to really keep you insulated and cozy.
Now, how simple is it when you have a project like that and all you need is scissors and a hairdryer? Now, that you can't get any simpler than that on being able to improve those windows. Anyway, I'm a big fan of that. It works really, really well. I'll tell you another thing I'm a big fan of. You think about the chimney effect, and you think about the hot air is going to rise, and then you get up to your disappearing attic stairs, or your scuttle hole, or whatever access you have into your attic. And here you've insulated your attic, you've done all of this kind of thing, and here you have a 1/4-inch piece of plywood that is preventing that nice, comfortable, warm air from escaping the house. This is something that, again, it's been great over the years to share the solution to this situation with the attic stairway kit that you have. Tell everybody about that.
Yeah, so we have this great attic stairway cover. It fits the majority, of attic stairways. It's a simple solution. It seals that opening year-round. It blocks out drafts. It helps retain room temperature, and it's really easy to assemble and install. It's flexible, it's lightweight, and it can be repositioned to allow you to have access to your attic as well.
Yeah, it's so simple to, again, there are no tools necessarily involved in that. I know I have it over my attic space, and you can just tell. I mean, you can just tell that it's preventing that hot air from escaping your rooms and so forth. And again, it's just one of those ways of sealing that envelope, a simple way of doing it. And we tell people a lot of times, when you go over a list like this, people can go, oh, I'm not that handy. I can't do all of this. That's okay. You do one thing at a time. And everything you do is a step toward making your home more energy efficient and more comfortable, because you're not going to be comfortable in any room in your house, when you see those curtains kind of moving a little bit because of the wind working its way through, that type of thing. That's why I think it makes so much sense. And even if you have a fairly new home, you can still benefit by using a lot of these things that we're talking about. So these are some really great ideas.
Yeah, I agree. As someone who isn't the handiest, I've been able to do these projects around my home. And like you said, it's easy, one step at a time. Like you said, you don't need a lot of outside tools, and it really makes a huge difference in energy and cost savings.
Now, there's a lot of weatherization products out there, but I have noticed that of all the hundreds of times I've used Duck Brand, there's a lot of quality there. You're not going to have to do this every year. I mean, it will really hold well. I've noticed, and, like all of us need to know, we need to follow instructions because, you try to take the foam stripping and you just stick it to a dusty doorway. It's not going to stick there. So taking that little bit of denatured alcohol and just wiping it down a little bit before you apply that, just a little good common sense. I also recommend that people cut, if you have a damaged area on any doorway or window, is just to cut a small section of that out. Look at the profile of it so when you're ordering it, whether at the store or online, you can see that profile and the size, and that will ensure that you're getting the exact thing that you need. Speaking of buying Duck Brand, what would you recommend to a homeowner the easiest way to buy some of these weatherization products that we're talking about?
Yeah, so I would definitely recommend going on to duckbrand.com. From there, there's a great tool called a project selector that we've created. Really helps guide you to the right items for your project. And from there, it can also show you where to buy online, whether that's on Walmart or Amazon, and really get you what you need as quickly as possible.
And, of course, we're talking about Weatherize Your Home Week here at Today's Homeowner. And would encourage you to go by todayshomeowner.com/Weatherize. And that'll show you not only everything we're talking about here, but a lot of videos, a lot of photography and everything to guide you through everything that you need to about this. Because this is one thing that definitely makes sense when you're able to, again, drive the cost of that heating down. And that's another benefit we should say. This just doesn't help you during the cold weather months that are ahead. It really helps you all year long, right?
Oh, that's so true. Like you said, it's keeping your heat in. It's also keeping your AC in the summer months. A couple other advantages year-round, for example, door bottoms, they can help block out not only drafts, but also insects or pollen or dust. So, like you said, great to have up all year round and definitely worth investing in.
Well, you can check it all out at duckbrand.com, and you can buy what you'd like at duckbrand.com/Weatherize. And Brittany, is always great to talk with you, and I think we shared some information that can really help everybody be a little more comfortable during the wintertime. So thanks so much for being with me.
Thank you so much, Danny. Really appreciate it.
And thank you for listening to the special Today's Homeowner podcast brought to you by Duck Brand Weatherization Products.